back again, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the last video. If you've not seen the last video, check out my channel and yeah, go and check that out. Some good pointers in that. Now, this is a servo extension lead, because in the last video we saw that the servo leads in the front of the truck are just not long enough to reach the multifunction control unit. They were long enough for the ordinary radio install, but I don't like to see wires too tight. And I found this one in a spares box, which is, I don't know, let's have a look. That looks to be 150 millimeters long, I would say. Need another one, but I want to crack on with this, and I haven't got time to be waiting for it, so I'm going to make one up. I'll make my own connections up, whether it's the JST or the EC3s. I also do the servos, so I'm going to show you how I do that. First of all, we're going to need some 3-core wire, and I don't have any 3-core wire, so all I'm going to do is never throw anything away. This is a speed controller that I've scavenged parts off. It's dead, it's absolutely useless, and I just keep these things in a box that's just for parts that I might be able to scavenge off. So here we have, and it's already got the plug on. So I'm going to use that and cut that down as deeply as possible. So I have a nice inline switch there, if I ever needed one. And that, I'll just clip it all back together, because you never know, it just keeps everything together. And those look at that, it's all there. Heat sink here, all the MOSFETs just here. And that all fits in together to dissipate the heat. Right, don't need that anymore. Now the thing with these cables is, in this one here, that is the actual sockets. I know that we have a male and a female, right? Obviously the male fits inside, but inside there they are the female connectors, and then inside there are the thinner, narrower pins, which are the male. So yeah, it's something that you've got to watch for. So basically I'm going to be using the female pins. So let me adjust down here, and I will show you close up what I mean. So I need this wire here. I don't need these, because they go in the male part of the extension, and it's going to be these parts just here. So of course I'm going to need 3 of those. tutorial how to make your own connections, but you're not really going to be making your own connections unless you buy all the kit. So I've just put on a list of things that I need, and that being, oh my giddy aunt, can't get these back in. That's in there, that's in there like that. And they go in there like that. So on my list of things I need is 3-core cable. I do have plenty of 16-core cable that I can take 3 strands off that, but they're just going to be different colours, so I'm going to get another roll of this because it's a shame to have all of these components and no wire to go with it. So basically this lead is complete, and that fits inside there. So we need the female collar, we need the male plug that when it's all together that all fits inside. Which way around does that go? I know there's a specific way. I think that's the way. I will check that before I make the commitment of actually pushing it in. Yeah, that's the way. It will only go in one way. If it's tight that way. Oh, that snapped in that way. So I'll unsnap that with a little pick. When I say little pick, I mean the little pair of tweezers. Let me just grab that, pull that back out. It's not going to pull that way. And that's not going to pull. I'll sort that. I'll put that in there and I'll sort that out another day. Get one more and one more. So make this the same length. That's going to be around there. Could make a very short one, but I'll get, for the purpose of this, I'll make 2 the same size. Just trim that off there. Just get rid of those little raggedy ends. Just going to separate those 3 slightly. That's one. I do like these. Just makes life that little bit easier. So now we have them. Now here's the top tip of the day is for these, when we are using wires on crimps, we don't twist these wires because obviously they go round in a spiral, and these things, when these go in here, these little V shapes, they actually spiral around. So if that wire was twisted around inside there, all that would do is these ends would just spin around and cut the wires, whereas if they are just straight wires, don't know if you can see that, yeah, they're just straight, not twisted, will go between the strands of wires. So yeah, don't twist them. So first of all, have a look at that one, make sure we get them the right way around, because that would be a shame. So on this side we can see the shiny terminals, and the black cable is this way. So I'm going to put that in there. I'm just going to snip all these off right up to the edge. And then of course on there you have the catch. This bit here is the catch that stops this wire from pulling out. So basically if you lift this tab here, if you lift this little tab here, you could pull the cables out if you wanted to. So that said, I'm going to bring in my little crimper. It's a nice big hefty piece, quite specialist. I'm going to show you how this goes in. Basically what I do is, if that's just take the V out of that slightly, and then we can press that into one ratchet, two ratchets. If you want to release it, there's a little release pin here. Okay, so basically I'm going to leave that on two ratchets, and I'm going to try and stay in shot, and remembering that that needs to be this way. Let me get, so we just push this through. It's only a couple of millimeters, so we just push that through there, so the black part of the cable goes into that first metal, or the black insulation goes into. Let me push that in. Very fiddly. Keep knocking it. Got the shapes through. Lack of food. Got one strand out. Right, that's just gone in. The plastic has just gone in. So when we squeeze it all together, and then when you release the handle, it will be crimped. There we go. So this part is holding on to the plastic and this part is holding on to the metal. So that is one. Bend those two out of the way. Get another one of these pins. Just nip that together. There we go. Get it the right way around, T. And make sure it goes in. See how it doesn't go in? I might have just to close that up just a little. And that goes in now. So it goes in 1 click, 2 click. Make sure that's flush with that metal. But on the other side it comes out like that. Then we get the next red cable. Try not to nudge. I'm looking at the camera and then looking at my work at the same time. We just put the red sheathing in there, and I'll show you this side how the wire just comes through. So when I slowly crimp it, it curls it around, and then we just gently nudge it out. So there we have 2. Right, let me zoom out because I'm going to do this one without looking at the camera. It's not quite as much as a faff that, you know, it becomes a pain in the behind, but if you imagine 2 clicks as you heard there, and then the last cable goes in there till the sheathing just goes in, and excellent. So this does different sizes. It's got 1 size, 2 size, and then this big one here is 4 size. This one here is for something else. So this can do 5 different things. Good tool, that. Very good tool. So now we've got these. Red wire. Red wire is always going to be in the middle. And the reason for that is because if you get this plug in the wrong way round, it's still in the middle. This white one is the signal wire, and the black is the negative wire, but the positive is always in the middle, because if you get it wrong, positive is still in the middle. Good thing to remember that. Well, you don't need to really remember it because it's good to go. So now we've got black, red and white from the bottom, and that goes in, come on, get a grip, this way. So black, red and white from the bottom upwards. You can't see anything, and they all go in there, and you should hear them click into place. And as you can see, that they will stick out of the top. I'll get in that. But there is a reason for that. That middle one's not playing the game. I'm going off camera. Okay, there it is. And all them have just clicked into place. That middle one just needs a little tug. There we go. And that's a lead done. Then, because this is like this with the pins in, they're like that, we have a look for the orientation, and inside there, I don't know if you can see, there is a little clip just here, and that grips over there, over these. So that needs to be placed in, clip, there, like that. And yeah, bit of a long-winded thing to do, but that should just fit together and make a servo extension. So now I have 2 servo extensions, one made from an old electronic speed controller. Have another one here ready to go if I need to. That one, can't remember why that one failed. I think one of the MOSFETs decided it was going to retire. Yeah, these are those little jumpers. You see, if I lose a jumper cable, I've got spare ones here. Have a spare inline switch. Have some spare motor wires. Not that it's going to really do much, so I'm going to leave that in one piece. Simply because if it's in one piece, it's easier to find. So just stick that back over that. Oh, I can't remember how it goes now. Oh well, no preoccupy. There we go. There we go. So yeah, finally done. I can also make, using 2 of these, just using the black and red, I could put, you know, a JST lead on there, the JSTR, because rather than waiting months and months and months, there we have male and female of those, and it even says JST on them. And they all fit together with this. Same with the Tamiya style connectors. I do have some of those spare, but I'm not a fan of them. They were great back in the 70s when they was designed. I think they're only rated at 600 milliamp. This is why I go for EC3. I also use the EC3 connectors for the motor, and you can't get these wrong. You can't get these the wrong way around, because one of them is square and one of them is round, so they do have to go together. And if you don't know which way round they go, we have positive and negative on them, and these are more than adequate for any of these RC vehicles. The XT90s or XT60s, great connector, but a bit overkill. So these are really easy to solder. I don't even use a soldering iron. I just put these in helping hands and just fry them with my mini jet. So anyway guys, that is it for this video. I hope I've not bored you, and hope you've learned something. If you've learned something, give me a like, because that really does help. And next episode we're going to get stuck back into this and get some shiny stuff on there, get the wheels on there, and we will be 90% finished in the next couple of episodes, unless I find something extra, like how to make up servo leads. Make these as any lengths you want. You can, if you want, use 2-core. I can use ribbon cable. The first 3 are the Futaba colours, I think, or JR colours, which is brown, red and orange. So you can pull them off there. Yeah. Use it for all kinds of stuff. Got some even bigger stuff. I do, and I can't remember what I used this for. But this is 40 cable, £2.40 for a 40 core ribbon. But it does repeat. So after the black, it repeats. Can't remember. I think I only needed about 4 inches of it, and I bought a metre because I might need it. Anyway, that's enough of me waffling and rambling, and I'll see you in the next episode.